Good morning. It is day number 7 on Virgin Voyages Resilient Lady Greek Island Globe Cruise. This is our last full day on the cruise. We are still ported in Mykonos. The last tender is at 1:30, I believe, to get back on the ship. And then I think we leave at 2. We got to sleep in this morning. It was nice. And we had breakfast at the galley, and we ate the same thing we ate the other day. So
today is a special day because it's our 5-year wedding anniversary. 5 years.
We did it.
Hey, we have an anniversary dinner at the Wake Steakhouse. We're gonna get all fancy because we fancy, and it's the last night of the cruise, and they have a party
Called
We Fancy.
We Fancy.
It just worked out that way.
Mm-hmm.
Our group rented a cabana today, so we get to experience what that's like. Apparently there might be drinks included in it, and I know there's a private steward included in it, so that's going to be interesting. Join us today on our last day of Virgin Voyage Resilient Lady Cruise. Let's go.
We are trying the Work It from the Sun Club bar, which is the bar that's on deck 16 above the pools. Has vodka, tangerine, passion fruit, and strawberry. And let's give it a taste. It's good. I think the primary flavor is the peach, but it mostly just tastes kind of fruity and sweet. It's very refreshing in the sun. He said it was the most popular drink because of the flavors and the fact that it's frozen out here on the pool deck. Hello and welcome to my Grand Cabana. Our party of 10 has rented this space for the day. It was $350. You get a server, concierge type person that stops by and will take drink and food orders. You also get a bunch of different towels and shade, mostly. You get an $80 bar tab with the cabana, and you also get 2 thermal spa passes. So in the thermal spa, I believe there's a plunge pool, a sauna, a hot tub. You have this space reserved from about 9 to 6 during the day. There's also a regular sized cabana that is about half the size of this, and I believe it just has a seating area, and it's roughly $100 cheaper for the day. But so far, I don't know if it's necessarily worth it. I think it's nice for our group because we have a set place where we can all come and go and hang out and get food and drinks delivered, but my parents have that really nice huge balcony in the cheeky corner suite, and I feel like we could all just hang out there, even though, I mean, we'd have to go into their room to get there, which is the only thing. But there's been a little bit of confusion over the bar tab and what's included, and the drink order got messed up once. Anyway, so it hasn't been perfect experience so far, but it still is a nice place to be. Beautiful view out the side of the boat, and if you're going back and forth to the pool, it's just right over there, and you've got a nice bed you can lay on over here. So yeah, we'll keep you updated, let you know if the experience gets better or worse. This is Cruise Fun Facts with Aubrey. Cruise Fun Facts, Cruise Fun Facts. This ship, the Resilient Lady, has 17 decks total. It can reach up to 20 knots. The capacity is 2,770 people, and there's about 1,100 crew. There are 1,408 passenger rooms, 78 of which are suites. 1,030 have a balcony, 95 has an ocean view, and 105 are interior rooms. And the ship's crew are accommodated in 813 cabins. So if there's 1,408 rooms, and that means that only about 5.5% of the ship are suites, which is interesting because, I don't know, I would have thought that there would be more. Something else that I find really interesting, they do something that's called a bridge tour on this ship, and it was $200. I didn't do it, but my dad did. And they take you down into the prep kitchen, the engine room, the sewage treatment area, they talk with the environmental people that are on board, and they actually visit the bridge where either, the bridge of the ship where they steer the ship and keep watch and everything. So he learned a lot of really cool facts on that tour, and we didn't know about it till we were on board. So that's something that's a really cool, I think, unique tour that you can do. He also got a tumbler with the tour, and he learned that The ship actually uses seawater that they condition and purify, I guess, to turn into fresh water for the ship. And then also the sewage, they condition and treat it, and they are actually able to expel it out into the water. So I was wondering, like, are we just, you know, sailing around with a tank full of poo? And the answer is no, we are not. The main prep kitchen is the same for every food area on the ship. If every location that needs chopped sliced cucumbers or whatnot, those get supplied from the same prep kitchen that's down below. So I thought that was interesting as well. But this has been Cruise Fun Facts with Aubrey about the Virgin Voyages Resilient Lady. So let's talk about the Cabana experience. It was $350. You get it from 9 to 6. I don't think 6 is late enough. I wish that they let you have it from like 9 to 8 or 9 to 9, and then they just stopped service to the Cabana after 6. So I'm sure it's based on having servers available to service the Cabana. Also, there's little touches that would have made it a lot better. Like they've got a pitcher of ice water in here, but there's no cups. There are some drinks in the fridge like Coke, Diet Coke, Fanta that they will refill. The Cabana is covered, but we've kind of been dipping in and out of the sun. There wasn't really a comfortable place to sit out of the sun about an hour ago. We're right by the basketball court. We have Cabana number 1, and they were playing dodgeball earlier. We could hear that. There's some kind of music bumping right now. The partitions in between the cabanas are not solid, so you can see through it, see your neighbors. There's just like some mesh, or like, I don't know, what fabric is that? There's like a see-through mesh panel and then slots. So I wish that they had made the partitions in between each cabana solid so that you at least were a little more private next to your neighbor. My mom is the one that paid for it, and she said she thinks that it's nice if you're not concerned about your budget and if you have money to spend, but if you're looking for somewhere to save, that you could just forego the cabana, especially if you have a nice balcony, because it's going to be quieter there. That's our review of the cabana, especially if you're a rock star.
You are the dancing queen, young and sweet only. Not gonna say the age. Woo. Hello. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
God.
It's real life. I had not turned my microphone on. So we are doing our anniversary dinner here at the Wake, which is the ship's steakhouse on board. I will say this restaurant is right on top of the engines, I think, because you can really feel a rumble in here. This is the second time we've eaten here. You could feel it then too. So because we came here the other day, we actually got to try a few things. Like I had the corn custard and black bean salad. I tried their crispy polenta, which was absolutely delicious as a main. We also tried their salmon and a couple of other different things from the grill, but tonight we're going to show you some of their most popular items, and we're going with the filet mignon, or as I like to call it, the filet mignon. At least I'm going with the filet mignon for dinner. The corn custard was okay. It just kind of tasted like mushed up corn. So if you like corn, that was really the only flavor, was corn. I will be getting the wedge salad and the clam chowder tonight as a starter though. Another member of our party had the bone marrow. He said that it wasn't as rich as he thought it was going to be, so it didn't really taste like anything, he said. There's a couple reviews of the starters that we've already tried. We were able to bring this in because we got it from the Dockhouse Bar, which is technically attached to the restaurant. But if you try to bring a drink in from somewhere else to a restaurant, they do like try to charge you a fee for bringing in an outside drink. Even if you got it like from another bar on the ship, if it's not associated with that restaurant, you have to pay to bring it in. This bread and butter is so good. We had it the other day. probably the best bread and butter I've had on the ship. This is a $29 glass of wine, but it's a good Cabernet. Stag's Leap Artemis, 2020. So this polenta was so good when I had it the other day, I decided to order it again. It's like a really crispy cornbread with some spinach and cream on the inside, but it's different than the creamed spinach. It has a more rich flavor, and I just had to order it again because I was thinking about it and I loved it. So we're gonna dig in. So we each got a filet mignon. I got my medium rare, Brian got his rare. He also got a New York strip steak, so we're doubling down on the steak tonight. We got a side of mushrooms, french fries, and also a side of asparagus that I put on my plate because it wouldn't fit on this table. And then I also got the crispy polenta, again, as a main as well. So. We just got our dessert. Brian ordered the cheesecake ball. It's called a lemon cheesecake. And I got their little chocolate tart. I got an espresso, which I don't think is actually an espresso. I think it's just some coffee that they poured in a little cup. I've learned they have a loose definition of espresso on this ship. And then for our anniversary, they brought us this little cake, which they actually brought us at Peak Agave as well. And I think they may have thought that day was our anniversary, but it wasn't. So we're gonna have our celebratory bubble cake again. How did you like your dinner?
Good. I'm glad we came back a second time because the first time was, maybe it was because it first opened.
I think you just didn't order the right stuff.
Maybe, or because or maybe it was because we were with a group of 10. I don't know.
I am glad this will be our last 2+ hour dining experience meal.
Yep, each restaurant has been 2+.
Except for Razzle Dazzle. Razzle Dazzle was just under 2.
But that was because it was at closing.
No, I think it was just because they're the best.
It is time for us to get fancy. Thank you so much for joining our 7-day cruise to the Greek Isles on the Resilience Lady. Be sure to catch us for more adventures. We're going to enjoy the rest of our anniversary.
Bye-bye. See you later.
I have a hair on my arm. The year of the
The blip.
the blip, the time we do not speak of.